All right, as you may have seen last summer, there was a lot of pickpocketing that happened in European cities, as well as a lot of Americans not taking crap from these scammers. Let's see what went down.
Got robbed in
They broke
Spain.
a piece off of it. So where did it happen?
That I don't know. I got robbed in Spain, and I kicked my shoes off, chased the guy down, and I caught him. Got my daddy's watch back. But he's complaining because there's a chunk missing. Meanwhile, my feet are black. So I was like, "What?"
You look like one sumo wrestler. You're just.
And then I saw a guy run. I'm like, he must see a girl running. He must have saw a girl and like, I'm gonna help her.
No, we kept. So then people.
Did the guy go like this when Dad punched him in the?
We got it back.
See, and this looks like a more well-to-do family. Typically, if you are able to take a family of four abroad to Europe and you're an American family, you probably have some money. And Americans really, that's something that makes me think like, red, white, and blue.
God bless our troops.
Right? Like that meme. It makes me feel a little bit good, right? That if someone steals from you, we are gonna fight back. But how many times we gotta tell y'all don't rob Americans, especially in Europe? She was with her family. That is crazy. So and it was from her dad. So they stole a watch, I would assume, off of his wrist from a big guy. Like European pickpocketers are no joke, but it's kind of crazy that it seems like Europeans allow themselves to be pickpocketed and stolen from, which is just not a thing in America. Thank God. If we're getting robbed, you're getting robbed. They're doing that straight to your face. They're not like slyly, being kind of a weasel like the Europeans are. And also, it sounds like the police don't care either, but that's neither here nor there.
Why are Americans so intense about pickpocketing? Why do Americans care so much about pickpocketing? Bitch, we kill people on our Black Fridays. We kill them. We kill people on Popeye's chicken sandwich. We kill them. That's what we do. Sorry, we don't have universal health care, right? So a lot of us are not receiving the mental health help that we probably should be, right? Right. An American getting pickpocketed in Europe is like putting a lion in a petting zoo filled with, I don't know, whatever lions eat.
Other thing is Americans, we only get, and we don't have any sort of government mandated paid time off that we're supposed to get. So whatever a company gives us, we'll take, and it's typically 2 weeks, 2.5 if we're lucky. Some people, I think at my company, I was able to get 3 weeks off, which was great, but that included holidays and stuff like that, which is still fabulous for an American perspective. And additionally, if you're pickpocketing us or stealing our purses, we have our passports in there. What are you doing? Like, you're taking the stuff that literally we need in order to go home. So you're not going to mess around with that nonsense. And then, so you're ruining my vacation. Of course, they're going to be upset. And Americans are quite confrontational, right? We're extremely friendly and I would say kind people, extroverted. But if you mess with us or our people, we are going to come together and fight. And also, it's just so disrespectful. We just can't even believe, like, if you're gonna confront us, like, do it to our face, not like slyly pickpocket us. I just think that concept we just don't understand. Like, if we're getting robbed, rob us, I suppose, the proper way, not this scammy crap.
Paid time off sounds great until you realize you get 5 days a year and it accrues throughout the year, so you have to work to actually get the days. Okay, fair enough. And then you realize that if you get sick, well, you're gonna dip into those paid days off. You can't just call and go, hey, I'm sick, I won't be at work today, but, just don't pay me for today because I got a vacation I've been planning for and I really want to go on it, right? You have to be like, yeah, I'm sick, I can't come in today. All right, you got 4 days left this year. Okay, might take me a couple days to recover. All right, you got 2 days left. Okay, my whole plan for going on vacation is fucked. Like, 5 days isn't enough if it's also part of my sick days. I think you should be able to take days off where you don't get paid under certain circumstances, right? Obviously not too many times, that would be bad, but like if you're sick, you should be able to go, yeah, I got this. I can take 2 days without pay, but I still want to like keep my plans. I just think that's so ridiculous. Like, what, you expect me to never get sick or to just come in sick and get everyone else sick? And then what do they do? So yeah, paid time off is shit, man. And then you find out what other countries that aren't the US are getting and you're like, oh, haha, wow. I kind of want to move there.
And that's why I say Americans are going to fight the pickpocketers. You do not understand that we do not get much for paid time off. And I completely forgot about the sick time aspect because it's together. It doesn't matter. Sick day, vacation day. The sick day is only so that you can take your PTO at a more immediate emergency time. That's literally the only difference. So when you steal from us, we will fight you. and we will get our stuff back. Laughs in European. 5 days for PTO and sick is wild. Must not be a corporate job. Some corporate jobs I think are like that, but those are just really crappy companies.
New article just came in that said 37% of Americans are using their PTO to sleep and recover from work. They are no longer traveling. They're no longer vacationing. We have an epidemic. Burnout has been on the rise for the last few years. COVID basically exponentially increased the amount of burnout because people are working more hours from home than they ever were in the office. We're seeing increased workloads because companies are firing people and then giving that workload to their other employees. Seeing in real time a huge shift in corporate America from people no longer working 40 hours per week. They're working 50 to 60 hours. People are burnt out. The younger generation is suffering the most right now. If you're in between the ages of 25 and 50, you are just trying to survive because there's not enough money to quit your job, yet you have so many bills that don't care about how you feel, your emotions, your body. And into this last quarter of 2025, make sure to put yourself above your company's priorities. Put your values, your morals, your body, your mindset, everything above that, because if you don't have your cup filled, how are you going to pour into someone? We're going to save this video, come back to it, and give me a follow.
Oh my god, I never even thought about taking a sleepcation. That sounds amazing. I don't even have enough money to travel, so when I'm sick of work, I just take a PTO day. It's genuinely less trouble to go to prison in a foreign country for assault than to get a copy of your passport or license. See, in my opinion, I think the opposite perspective, but I appreciate the hyperbole. I read a comment that said, that's our weakest link. Our felons can't even travel. To be fair, our felons can travel. It just depends what it is, right? And then how easy it is to get into the country. If you need a visa or something, probably not getting in. Canada shares records with the US, so they can look at all of your criminal history and determine whether or not you can get in. But you can also, so the places that you can really just lie to these companies. They're just going based off of the trust system. Now, there are some felonies that we do share, like maybe terrorism, I think, and maybe those felons can't travel. And then the SEX offenders, they have their own special passport. So they will always be identified when they are traveling internationally.
Everyone's talking about how there's not much pickpocketing here in the US and that it's more prevalent in European countries. And I just wanted to give my take on this. Everybody's talking about how Americans are not to be messed with whenever you pickpocket from them and that they'll cause a scene. They'll fight you for their stuff back. I am American, obviously, and I went to Paris this past spring break and I got pickpocketed. I didn't get back my phone, unfortunately. It was passed off to somebody else, but I have never been a confrontational person in my life. And when I felt my phone coming out of my pocket, I whipped my head around so fast and there was a dude like right up on me. He looked surprised. And so I turned around and I literally pinned this dude to the wall. Like, where's this confidence coming from? I literally slammed him to the wall and started checking his pockets to see if he had my phone. Like, I didn't even know if he was the one that was pickpocketing me. He was just the closest to me. But like, if he would have had my phone and if he hadn't have passed it to somebody else, I probably would have gotten that phone back. And yeah, I caused a scene. Like, people were watching us as I was interrogating him and trying to get my phone back. And my friend took a picture of him and we reported it to the police. I don't know if anything was done, but yeah, that's my story. Pickpocketing is scary, dude. Like, I was in a big group of people. I was in the back part of the group, so I think they just felt like they could pick off of me, which they did. They got my phone, but it's crazy, man. I mean, pickpocketers are insane, and I have a personal hate relationship towards them now because I lost my phone. But yeah, be careful when you're traveling in European countries, because this was like my first time going to Europe in like years, and I was aware of pickpocketers, but I just didn't think that it would happen to me for some reason. I thought I was careful enough. No, that's not the case. So yeah, if you're going on a study abroad trip or if you're going somewhere to Europe, just be mindful that there are pickpocketers, and yeah, they're crazy, but us Americans are crazier.
Biggest problem they have now is that we have to fight back. We have no choice. If not, we have to come back and look like punks because we didn't take a swing, ruin our reputation.
France is really out here like, Americans, can you guys please not beat up our pickpocketers? Sweetheart, those aren't even our final bosses. Those are just the people with the PTO days, the credit card points, and the Costco memberships. What y'all got is those moms that say, wine o'clock, literally so unironically, and then Chad over there who orders a croissant in broken French and thinks that's cultural immersion. Now, our real gangsters, y'all haven't even met them yet. Those motherfuckers ain't even got their passport. Our real gangsters are at Spirit Airlines arguing about that $47 freaking carry-on fee. They can't afford a flight to Miami, let alone Paris. Y'all are literally out there fighting our Disneyland Fast Pass crowd and losing. Y'all ain't even got the ones who would turn the Eiffel Tower into the fucking Section 8 housing within 24 hours. Y'all ain't got them yet.
Y'all should be grateful that our A team stayed home, okay? Y'all should be so grateful because Paris is not ready for that.
Mind you, they're pickpocketing the rich Americans. Try that with the poor one and see the beast that is unleashed. Yeah, and they're suggesting that we sit back and be good little victims. I was watching a TikTok the other day, and I don't know why I didn't save it, but this guy, I think he was from the UK, and he's like, yeah, it's just kind of a fact of life where we expect to get pickpocketed at some point. I'm like, what do you mean the fact of life? Like, the only crime I expect to have committed to me is like being taken advantage of by the government in some way, not by my own fellow countrymen, although I guess technically the people who are pickpocketing aren't from the country of origin where they are pickpocketing. So.
You thought you could rob me, motherfucker? I saved up for this trip for 3 years. You realize people in America get shot over a parking spot? You don't even have a gun! Ma dovremmo chiamare la polizia? Ma che polizia? Tanto arrivano tra 45 minuti. Questi americani hanno tutto sotto controllo. Lasciali fare. Sono pazzi. I work 80 hours a week, 7 days of PTO a year, no siesta, no mental health services, no health insurance. My dog is bisexual, and you thought you could take my wallet without a gun? USA, 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 USA. USA!
Americans holding pickpockets accountable. Europeans, I wasn't aware that was something a person could do. America, divided by race, united by violence. Pickpocketing is just disrespectful. If you want to take our stuff, at least have the decency to threaten us with violence for us. Because, again, these are people, and with the Black Friday thing, you know, we kill people on our Black Fridays. That was a thing of the past, and that was like stampedes, okay? That was a crush. The Black Friday that we had this past November, no one was... There was nothing to, you know, gawk at really during that time. We have really lost our spark, but thankfully no one's dying anymore on Black Friday, so that's good.
Hey, we just wanted to put out an official statement. We would really appreciate it if you guys would stop beating up pickpockets. It's becoming a huge deal and we don't want to condone violence. No, go fuck yourself. Somebody comes up and tries to pickpocket me, I'm gonna slap the shit out of them. I don't understand what the problem is. Wait, we can do that? We can stop people from robbing us and pickpocketing us? That's a thing? No. See, that's what we're trying to stop. We don't want you guys defending yourself against people that are pickpocketing you. We don't want you to hurt them. We want you to let them do whatever they're going to do and then walk away so we don't condone any violence. It's weird that you're more worried about stopping people from assaulting pickpockets than you are stopping pickpockets, but whatever. Yeah, wait, what the fuck? No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying at all. We just don't want to... Shut the fuck up. That's exactly what you're saying. Yeah, stop listening to that.
My thing is, why are other countries so passive about pickpocketers? It's insane to me. Makes no sense. My phone was pickpocketed and I literally bought a new phone just to find my iPhone, to find the guy and demand my phone back, then returned it. I did get my phone back. The guy was terrified. That is some, 200 plus IQ thinking right there.
The pickpocketing conversation that happens every so often when an American tourist puts the hands on a European pickpocketer always gives me like a morbid sense of like American pride because that's not how things work here. If you want to rob somebody, you're going to have to do a little bit better than some close-up sleight of hand magic and some George Clooney Ocean's 11-esque whatever the fuck y'all be doing, these maneuvers that y'all be doing. If you want to rob somebody in America, you better get you a piece or a knife or some sort of melee weapon, and you got to roll up on people face to face and be like, come up off your shit. Right? And then the person who is supposedly being mugged gets to decide whether or not the shit that they have is worth coming up off on, or if it's not, and then maybe in turn, they can pull out their piece or their knife or their melee weapon and be like, how much is your life worth? Is it worth whatever I got in my bag? That is America! All this pussyfooting around. Rob somebody with your chest. Stop playing with us. And you know what? America is not safe. It's not safe, but at least we're not safe in front of your face. You understand what I'm saying?
Have you ever been pickpocketed? Would you square up with your pickpocketer and give him a 1-2 punch? Let me know your thoughts. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.